I have no idea what to do today for a video. Hello, everybody. Do you have any ideas? What if I Google, like, heavily debated topics? American socialism. That's not what I meant. Pineapple on pizza. This is the original debate topic. The answer is no. Pineapple should not be on pizza. And for one reason, it's gross. And the people who do in fact enjoy pineapple on pizza, the friends that are close to me, from my experience, those people who enjoy said foods usually really have bad tastes in foods. For example, my good buddy Jeffrey. Jeffrey likes to put random stuff in a blender and then drink it. My friend Lookie, simple there, he's Dutch. Dutch foods are weird. Like hold on. Dutch drops are salted licorice, like super salty licorice. Not sure whose idea that was. And Hagelslag is like bread, butter, and chocolate sprinkles. Why? Have you ever had like an actual sandwich before? Do you think aliens exist? I think society needs to stop laughing at people who say aliens exist. I mean, obviously those crazy old men who are like, they stole my cow. Aliens came down. It was aliens. Yeah, don't listen to them. But like, if you just look into the night sky, see how many stars there are, see how many possibilities, trillions and trillions of stars that you can't even see. And just every one of them has the potential to house one planet with one other life form on it. Look at how complex life on Earth is. You mean to tell me that God, well, I don't believe in God. If you say that aliens don't exist, you're basically staring at a lake and saying, fish don't exist, I can't see any. You can't see the whole ocean, bro. You can only see the lake, dog. So, should you speak to a child like you would to an adult? I think you should try and match it best. I mean, children have feelings too. You know, children have a lot more complex feelings than some adults let on to realize. And it's not a failure of parenting, it's just you don't really remember being in that role of being an 8-year-old, so you just assume that there's minimal brain activity going on. Should the voting age be increased or lowered? I definitely think the voting age should be lowered. I want to vote, and I think Generation Z is historically progressive, historically, democratic, and I think we Gen Z has entered the workforce at rates that no really any other generation has seen before. We're special. Should homework be banned at schools? I feel like a lot of time now we don't even really have homework. I had homework for one class, and it's math. That's it. The English teachers don't really give us homework. They say, here's a book, finish it by this date. She's not saying read this many pages per night. Because school is much more self-oriented, I think, than it used to be. I don't know. I didn't go to school in the 80s or the 60s or any other decade. I went to school right now. I don't think it should be banned, but it's really not a huge part of school culture anymore. Should everyone have the right to own a gun? Why are we getting... I really don't want to get political. The minimum wage should be $15 per hour. I think it should be higher, actually. Oh, wait. Oh, there I go again. I got political. Let me just say this. We, as Americans, put government in charge of a lot of things that in other countries the government's not in charge of. Healthcare, minimum wage, even like stuff with reproductive liberty, and I'm remaining as unbiased as possible there. I am simply stating facts. like in Germany, they have economists do math, this thing called math, to determine what the minimum wage should be to combat inflation. That's a system that works and that keeps the value of whatever the hell the German dollar, it's a euro, right? Whatever, it keeps the euro at the value it should be. I mean, obviously inflation's really bad right now, but you know what I'm saying. The largest minimum wage in this country was just established on July 1st at $17.50 an hour, and that was in the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. I think that that's still too little, and I'll tell you why. If you adjust for inflation, the $1 an hour minimum wage that was established in 1938 is worth about $21.60 today. In other words, Americans are, when you adjust for inflation, making about less money than we were during the Great Depression. We're getting paid less than we were during the Great. Why are we paying people so little? Is alcoholism a disease or a behavioral disorder? I'm going to say behavioral disorder, right? It's an addiction, so... I mean, depression is maybe both. Can transgender athletes compete in... I have an idea. Here's my idea. Here's a great idea. I have a great idea. What if, hear me out, what if in sports we get rid of the male league and the female league and we make two new leagues? Instead of making male and female and arguing that transgenders have an advantage, we can get rid of the gender identification and put people in leagues solely based off of body structure, and that way we can end both arguments and come to a consensus. How does that sound? I honestly think that's a genius idea. Should there be a minimum age for owning a smartphone? I don't really think that that's the government's job, so no. Well, hang on, I'm talking politics. See, I got into the mindset of politics. This does not imply politics. It just implies, should there be a minimum age? I do think it's important to make sure your kids don't become entitled and think that, if they were to, some kids get angry and break their phone and then their parents buy them a new one. Why? Your kid broke it. The kid did that to themselves. So, why are you... Don't buy enough. Make him pay for it or something. Make there be some sort of punishment for it. Should schools maintain dress codes? I think a lot of dress codes at school are dumb. Like when I was in elementary school, there was a rule that if you wore tank tops, they had to be at least 2 finger widths thick. Yeah. 2 problems with that. Number 1, the thinner straps are primarily female clothing. It kind of feels targeted. I'm just saying. And another thing, finger widths vary. So there was a girl in my 3rd grade class who could put her 2 fingers up to her strap and it was fine. But then the teacher came over and he's like, "Nah, man, you gotta go." It was what? Whose fingers are we measuring? Are we Shaquille O'Neal's or the insert small guy's name here? Schools should allow students to use ChatGPT when writing essays and completing assignments. I think ChatGPT can be used as a tool. The thing about ChatGPT is, number 1, I can hear all the old people saying, "Oh, it's taking over," or "Oh, it's affecting your critical thinking skills." Shut up. ChatGPT, first of all, it is no different than Google. It's a little different than Google. The thing about Google is you have to dig for, your answer. But if I Googled, what is the legal drinking age in Liberia? It probably wouldn't, I'd probably have to do some digging. But if you ask ChatGPT, you get your answer right there. And artificial intelligence is just that. It's intelligent. And so you can phrase your question in a way that a human would understand, that a computer might not, and the artificial intelligence would be able to interpret your question as though a human would and provide you with the answer you wanted. Also, I've seen coders use it. Like they copy paste the code into the chat GPT and they say, what's wrong with the code? It's such a useful tool. It should not be used to cheat. Same way that when computers were gone into school, everyone was yelling because it's easier now and you can just get whatever you want on the internet. There's going to be a problem. Every generation has a problem with the next. I don't think that means we're lesser, and I don't think that means anyone else is lesser. Technology is advancing, and we can't push back against that because we're not going to stop it. As for completely cheating, ChatGPT, I'm sure it will learn, but as of right now, it's not a perfect system. Somebody in my psychology class cheated on their final and used ChatGPT to write their essay, and their sources in APA format were fake. They didn't exist. Schools should eliminate physical education requirements. I am a firm believer that PE should not be a required credit. Number one, it sucks. Number two, I hate it. Number three, it sucks. Why? You know? You know what I mean? It is great to promote exercise, and maybe in a health class we could add some measure of exercise to the health class, but like an entire class of physical education is okay to have, but making it required to graduate. I don't need PE for college. My PE course was right where I wanted jazz band this year. I took jazz band first semester, and I wanted to do a second semester. I couldn't because PE was in there. I needed that extra PE credit. I would have been much better off with jazz band. Are you kidding me? It was fun playing in PE, but why? Thanks for watching. If you disagree with me, comment, I guess. It's really all you can do. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.